My name is Sarah. I'm the public programmer here at the Royal Canadian Regiment Museum, and today we're going to be looking at different methods of communication used by the Canadian military throughout its history. We're going to begin with Morse code. Morse code can be represented by a combination of short and long lights or sounds. A short light or sound is represented with a dot and lasts for 1 beat, and a long light or sound is represented with a dash and lasts for 3. Here you can hear the difference between a dot and a dash. These dots and dashes are combined in different orders to represent different letters. This is an R. There are also codes for letters with accents, punctuation, and alphabets with a non-Latin base. Morse code has a long history. It has grown and adapted with the new technologies as they developed, beginning with the telegraph and adapting to the radio when it was introduced. Here is the International Morse code alphabet. Some letters, like E, will take very little time to send, but other letters, like Q or X, can take significantly longer. Soldiers would need to be able to send and receive messages very quickly and very accurately. This would take a lot of practice. Let's try decoding this message. It was the RCR Museum. How about this message? Did you get it? The answer was Canada. Morse code can take a lot of practice, but it can be a lot of fun. So try sending your own messages using sound or light. Another form of communication that we're going to be looking at today is semaphore. Semaphore is a visual form of communication, and today we're going to be using flags. Semaphore works quite well as long as you can see the other person. Here is the alphabet. Now remember, when you're looking at this alphabet, it matches what someone sending a message to you would look like. This is something to keep in mind when practicing. Here, Abby and I will show you the whole alphabet. Now that you know the alphabet, try deciphering these messages. You can try semaphore at home, and if you don't have flags, you can just put your arms in the right position and make sure the person you're sending the message to can see you. This last method is not a form of visual communication. Have you ever been trying to spell something and the person you're spelling it to is not quite sure which letter you're referring to? This could be a significant issue for soldiers, especially if they're in a battle and trying to transmit important information. They needed to find a way to make sure their messages were clearly understood. There's lots of different reasons why a message might be hard to understand. There could be static on the line, or you could be in a very noisy space. Phonetic alphabets were developed to help with this. A phonetic alphabet is based on the idea that you have words representing each letter, such as A as in apple. What words would you use to represent each letter in the alphabet? Think carefully, some of them can be tricky. Words such as K as in knight, or P as in pterodactyl don't work so well. Using the words that you thought of, how would you spell your name? Different countries and organizations would each develop their own phonetic alphabets, and in 1956, NATO would adopt one to be used by them. This is the NATO phonetic alphabet. Are any of the words you thought of here? Using the NATO phonetic alphabet, you would spell my name, Sierra, Alpha, Romeo, Alpha, Hotel. And the RCR is Romeo, Charlie, Romeo. How would you spell your name? When using the NATO phonetic alphabet, there's a specific way to say each letter and number. This makes it more consistent and easier to understand. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Mike, November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, X-ray, Yankee, Zulu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So what do you think? Do you think the NATO phonetic alphabet could be helpful for you? It's another thing that requires a lot of practice to get memorized, but it can be quite useful. So those were 3 different methods used to support communication to send messages over long distances clearly and consistently. Did you have a favorite? I hope you enjoy practicing and learning these different methods. If you want to learn more about the Royal Canadian Regiment Museum, please check out our website or follow us on social media.